There's been a lot of talk about the Great Resignation, the shocking rate at which employees are choosing to leave their jobs. As I speak to more and more managers, there seems to be this mindset out there of needing to just wait it out. They're expecting this to be a temporary thing that will eventually bounce back once the pandemic is over. Listen, there's no question that the Great Resignation has been impactful. In 2021, over 38 million workers voluntarily left their jobs. Some went to different industries where pay, schedules, and work-life balance was better. Some chose to leave the workplace altogether, and some chose to just venture out on their own. And I think we're neglecting to realize just how many have started to work for themselves. 1.31 million new business applications were submitted just in Q3 of 2021 alone. And to look back even further, according to the Census Bureau, more than 4.4 million new businesses were started in 2020, and that's a 24% increase over the year before. And the trend hasn't slowed down. Over 500,000 businesses were started in January 2021 alone. So while so many hiring managers, especially those in restaurants, retail, hospitality in general, are stuck in waiting mode for the pre-pandemic normal to return, the truth is these employees aren't coming back. You see, the pandemic has forced us to reevaluate what's important to us. Things like family, connection, self-care, and our own well-being have surfaced to a new level of importance. Before the pandemic, we used to put off spending extra time with family and friends to pick up extra hours. But now, people are turning it down. They're trading in that time for what they now prioritize. In fact, in many industries where there's this pressure to sacrifice their priorities, people are just walking away. And money doesn't seem to be impacting their decisions. After 2 years now of less expenses and additional federal funding, people have learned how to spend differently. They've also had an opportunity to figure out how to make money on their own without depending on the traditional job with high demands. The thought of returning to a work environment that's stressful, overly demanding, and expects them to put their home life, health, and well-being on the back burner just isn't an option they have to entertain anymore. They have other options. So what options do managers have? The good news is that you're not helpless in this situation, but you will need to adapt. If you're one of those managers who's attempting to weather the storm, expecting everything to eventually go back to how it was, you're going to be waiting forever. The other option is to adjust your sails and tweak your approach to hiring, staffing, and leading in order to entice these people to stay. Taking a really hard look at ourselves and acknowledging how we may be contributing to the Great Resignation may not be easy, but it is essential if you want to staff your stores and rebuild a solid team. And it starts with taking an honest inventory of the practices that you have in place. We know that people's priorities have changed, so consider this. Is the way that you manage preventing them from protecting what's important to them, or is it supporting it? Do you expect them to just drop everything, to pick up shifts, to put in a ton of extra hours to finish a project? Or is there a little bit of a give and take where you're aware of what matters to them and you make sure that they have the protected time to tend to those things outside of work? There are many ways that you can adapt what you're doing now to support your employees' priorities, and it doesn't mean that you have to just relinquish all control of your business and cater to their every request. I've spoken to thousands of employees, and there are 3 simple things that they say they need from their managers to encourage them to stay longer at their jobs. If you're interested in learning more, click this link for a tutorial that shares the unedited, raw voice of what employees say that they need and what managers can do to meet those requests. If you found this helpful, and you want more tips on how to be an effective and successful manager in 2022, hit that like button and subscribe. I'm JC Bernstein, the Management Mentor. Thanks for watching.